Yo, welcome back to the Head Empty channel. My name is Jace, and we're back with Oshi no Ko. 2 weeks later, we had a week break. It was pretty horrible because we left off on a crazy, stinky cliffhanger, rancid, if you will, putrid, maybe. It was terrible. And if you weren't here last week, or if you weren't here for any of them, I have read the manga, so I did see that coming. The whole Himikawa brother reveal, I did know about that. It was one of the few things that I knew was gonna be one of the reveals for this season, because I read the manga like over a year ago now, and I just kind of binged through it. So pretty much what this has been is just me, it's been a little bit of a recap, like this whole season's been a recap, but also me enjoying this adaptation as much as possible, and I've been totally spoiler free for in case you were wondering about that. But yeah, so last week we ended the play. It was crazy. I didn't know how long the play was going to last for, if it was going to last like the majority of the season. I mean, it was the majority of the season. I didn't know if it was going to, like, how many episodes it was going to be. And it ended off with a pretty big bang, an emotional bang. I was crying on camera last episode. A little awkward, but it was I talked about it. Not last week, last episode, I talked about how that scene, not that particular scene, but the scene from episode 1, season 1, where she dies, and that moment with Aqua and I in that in front of that door, man, that's made me cry, I think, every single time I've watched it. And so I was not surprised that I cried last episode, needless to say, but it was great. It was really emotional, and it really just kind of made me realize some things, like, we all know that Aqua has this like really confusing and deep attachment to I, and it's in a sort of it is an unhealthy way. Obviously, he's trying to murder somebody, but he's had this like unhealthy relationship to I all this time, and it's always been, even to him, like pretty like confusing, or it's been left ambiguous, like how he really sees her, because he saw her in a few different ways. We knew from season 1 he idolized her. Obviously, he saw her as the idol that she was, and really enjoyed her performances and liked her as a celebrity, and he enjoyed being her fan. And he also had a bit of a crush on her. We knew that, and he also really attributed her to Serena. She played a big she was really important to him in his time at the hospital, and his relationship he had with her, and obviously she was a big fan of I, and we know that whole story. I'm just recapping season 1, I guess, but like it's always been kind of a mystery, just like the way he really sees her. And I think last episode really cemented that he saw her as a mom. He never called her mom, he called her I. But when we saw that fart cloud from hell, the demon ass rip, when it was his older self, his older self being an older adult, but also his past self, and then the fog cleared, and it showed that it was actually his younger self, himself as a baby and as her child in that state when she passed away. And so it's really interesting, and it makes me think that he really did see her as a mother, and that this whole thing is just the whole scene was just this childish wish that I think anybody who's lost somebody has probably gone through, just like, wishing that you could go back, wishing things were different. He got to play pretend on stage, and it was probably a little bit cathartic for him, somewhat. And I think it might have been somewhat of a good thing for him, maybe, but also, I'm also kind of like grappling with, I don't know, it's a little bit messed up also, like putting someone through that, but I think he came out of it pretty all right. And but it does also make me wonder if he really does he remember all the good times? Does he ever think about the good times with her, or is he just always focused on getting revenge for her death? Is that all he really remembers when he tries to think back on things? I don't know, but it's sad. It's sad that he has to think about any of this stuff, obviously. And but now we finished the play, we've moved on from that, and we're continuing the investigation, and here we are talking with Himekawa with this huge reveal. And I knew about the reveal. I don't know what's going to be in this episode, because there's a point in this show when I think I know how the season will end, but in between that I don't remember really what happens. I like this conversation, I don't remember the details of it really. So, but really, there's no better way to find out than just jumping into the episode. So, drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, if you've been enjoying these. I have been enjoying making these. And yeah, it all helps. So, consider, and let's get going. This is episode 10 of season 2, Liberation. I don't know what that means, but yeah, Liberation. Alright, whatever, let's go. Alright. What's in store? We've also been getting a little bit more Ruby. We got a little bit more Ruby, and I did see her on the thumbnail for this episode. So maybe we'll get a little bit of Ruby action. I'm always asking for more Ruby, man. As I've said before, I think she's like one of my favorite characters. She's gone from my favorite character to my least favorite character, and she's a strange one, but I do love Ruby. Like, she's either one or the other for me. There's no in between, I don't think. But more often than not, I love Ruby. I just think the way she gets used in the series is, I probably wouldn't go for that route. But this whole season's just basically been Aqua's story. You know, this has been his deal in the investigation part of his that half of Oshinoko, you know, so I would like to see more idol stuff. I really would. Alright, picking right back up. That's crazy. This is probably going to give us the most information we've had about their dad. They are very similar, too. They're so deadpan, and they're like, even their hair, I think, is designed kind of similar. Unless I'm just seeing things now because you know, the reveal, but I've always kind of thought, like, they did a good job picking his voice actor, because they kind of sounded like to me. It's a nice place. Read this. At a cottage in Karuizawa, a man and a woman showing no vital signs were found. They were taken to a hospital where their deaths were confirmed. According to a statement from the Nagano Prefectural Police, the deceased are actress Ayari Himekawa and fellow actor Seijuro Uehara. Okay. Shit, yeah, man. Dude, that's gotta... What do you even do? That's been his life goal. He's spent his whole second life thinking about that shit. He wants that... to kill that guy. Dude, look at his face. That'd be me too, though. That's probably why he is so fond of is it Kindaichi? I was talking. What? Alright. Relax. Jeez. Dude, like, we're talking about the guy who spent, like, years spending every single day, every second of every day, trying to get into his mom's phone, like, typing every possible password in order to find it. I forget how many years it was. It was a long time. And then now, imagine just being told that he's already dead, and all your efforts were for nothing. That's like, what kind of... Oh my god. Oh yeah. Gross. That's cute though. That's nice.
ちょっとお兄ちゃん、朝帰りとか不良じゃん。信じらんないんだけど。何？
He's gonna tell her about it?
ブレイド役の人、男同士の友情を育んでたっていうならまあ。いずれお前にも紹介する。え、いいの？なんで？俺たちの父親はとっくに死んでた。
I'm sure Himikawa would be nice to know he's got a sister too. Well, he knows. But he'd like to meet her, I'm sure. His purpose is gone. I was not expecting her to come out yelling like that. He's probably thinking about what Himikawa said now. They're both worried about him. Liberation. Okay. That's crazy, man. Oh, that was good. Hey, there we go. Idle stuff. Yeah, for real. I think I got like 16 subscribers right now. They're just like, whatever. Is that a Paeon sound? Yeah, that's huge, man. Mem carries this group. Based man. Damn. For real. Room tour? Yeah, people fake the shit out of those though. Okay. They're still using the Paeon sound, that's so good. Yeah, for real. It's a child actor money. Yeah, she grew up kind of spoiled, so she's used to it, I guess. Yeah, Ruby. She's been acting strange, even like the end of last episode. Oh, yeah. She can't show those in the video. Yeah, it's such a big part of her. Of course. Oh, she did look it up. She did look for him. I was always wondering that. Did she just not? You'd think she would. Damn. That would be heartbreaking.
見てくれてるはず。
He is. He is. He's real protective.
ミュージックビデオを撮ろう。一番アクセス数稼ぎやすいからね。
Is that their... Yeah, the PA on boot dance.
その再生数をサンプルにして各所に営業もかけられる。でもお高いんでしょ。地方でデザイン会社をやってる人がね、こっちまで来るなら。
I love the soundtrack for this anime, man. I love it.
わーい、旅行だ。舞台終わってからじゃないと動けないわよ、私。
Yeah, it's true.
それも考慮したスケジュールを組むよ。撮影は1日で終わらせて。
I'm telling you, man. Mem carries this group.
どう？
Jesus.
宮崎、いい場所だよ。テこ入れプランその3、オリジナル楽曲を作ろう。どうしたって十数年前の曲に向けた新しい曲が必要になってくるのだけど、発注した曲はどうなってるんですか？そもそも誰にお願いしてるんだろう。
思って黙ってたんだけどね。
I've always wondered where they get songs from.
オリジナル曲は日村さんにお願いしたの。
人気歌手でスターティーレインを作る。
Oh. Yeah, we know that song, right?
そうだ。愛と関わりがあったのはアーティスト側という線。
Oh, yeah, true.
どうにかして日村と接触して。
Yep. It's the habit now.
どうしたの？
よかったな。いい作
Dude,
曲
no star. It's
楽しみだ。
crazy. I like the star, though. It's such a good little detail for their character designs.
なんか柔らかくなったわ。
そうか。
She said you're less emo.
歌いたい、早く歌いたい。
ただね、霧で依頼してたんだけれど、まだ上がってきてないのよね。
業界歴長い人ほど締め切り守らないよね。
だからもうちょっと待ってて。
やだ、催促しよう。
そうは言っても一応メールはしてるから。
やだ、今すぐ電話して。
でもね、
She still acts so childish, man.
されてる。ルビーには弱いのよね。
Yeah.
そんなに焦らなくても。
焦るよ。アイドルがアイドルでいられる時間は長くない。いずれ役者の道に戻っちゃうかもしれない。メムチョの時期が来れば
Get old?
筋に
Yeah. I knew it.
そう言ってさ、もう5年しかないんだよ。私たちは今を走ってる。ゆっくりしてる暇はない。
Yeah.
わかったわ。
I want to know what Saito's doing.
楽曲ですか。ちょっと詰まっていまして、まとめて時間が取れるときにさてやるかな。癖でつまんねえ曲作りやがって。
I like seeing this. I like seeing this whole process.
できてないって？大御所病かもね。大御所病？衝動と情熱に任せていくらでも曲が書ける。でも、大御所ってのは言いたいことを全部吐き出してきたわけよ。もうとっくに書きたいものなんてなくなってるのよ。
He just needs some inspiration, is all. I don't think you lose your creativity. I don't believe that. I think a little bit of that is true. I think when you're younger, you are generally more creative minded. I think especially it's most obvious in like kids and stuff, but I don't think creativity ever leaves. I think you just get used to, I don't know, you get kind of used to seeing the world, I guess, and less things jump out at you. I'm not a creative person. I don't consider myself a creative person by any means, but I don't think creativity ever really leaves you. It just sometimes you just need a push. That's nice. Give him some confidence. Is he gonna see I? No. They've been doing this a lot, man. Wow. Well, I was talking about the little animated sequences of just like, you know, floating through space and stuff.
クリエイターというのは単純なもので、作品を届ける相手の顔を見るだけで、
Yeah. That's so nice.
じゃあね、傑作書いたるか。
Dub, man.
舞台東京ブレイドは千秋楽を迎え、未来に向けていろいろと備えなきゃいけないんだろうが、俺は何をすればいいのかわからない。
Yeah. Everything he's done so far has just been in pursuit of the father, but is he just gonna keep acting?
お兄ちゃんも宮崎行く？どうせ暇でしょ？舞台の慰安も兼ねてどうって先輩が。
宮崎か。
Yeah.
そういえばあれ以来一度も行ったことなかったな。
They both had a reaction to it earlier.
行くか。
She's so creepy, man. She's creepy as hell. Fuck. Who is that girl? Who is she? Man, I missed not hear I missed hearing this ED. I haven't heard it since the last episode. I usually like hear it just in my playlist, but I don't think I played the entire 2 weeks. The entire 2 weeks that we waited. And we got Ruby this episode. Exactly what I'd asked for. They really made up for the whole lack of all the Ruby and Idol stuff in this whole season so far, because it's just been the play stuff, the acting stuff, which is awesome. But we got a whole episode just about what Bikomachi's up to, and I did kind of feel like that was missing. Honestly, it feels like such a core part to this show. You can't have it without the Idol stuff. So good. Damn. All right. That was a great episode. Yeah, like I said, it was very Ruby and just Bikomachi focused. Although we did start out with the rest of that conversation with Aqua and Himekawa, which was huge. We learned who the dad was, which was crazy. I'm sure a lot of people probably thought that we weren't gonna find that out till like maybe the end of the show or like a season 3 or something. But the identity of their father, the one that they share, and also the mother in a double suicide, which is, I guess, I don't know. Did it say? I just went back through it. I didn't catch it. Like, did it say any more information about the double suicide at all? I don't know. What we learned from Himekawa was that he was an actor, which checks out. Yeah, we knew that I met somebody in the what do you call it? In the theater troupe, and yeah, he was also into picking up young entertainers. Himekawa thinks it was because, to, I guess, make him feel better about his failing career or something. And so, yeah, his name is Seijuro Uehara. And Himekawa said that he hated him, I guess probably for that reason, for cheating on his mom. But yeah, Himekawa hated him probably for that, and makes sense why he doesn't use the last name of his dad anymore. And it also makes sense why he keeps around a father figure like Kindaichi, because we know he cares for him, and he's been taking care of him since he was in a children's home. And we did get the foreshadowing of it a little bit, of Kindaichi kind of talking about how both him and Aqua are broken children, and broken people become good actors and all that. And yeah, I see it. He really, I could only imagine, I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to lose both of your parents in such a horrible way at such a young age as well. Yeah, that's horrible. And so I'm glad that he's got Kindaichi. I'm glad that he now knows about his brother and his sister, who I do hope he gets to meet Ruby, because I think that'd be nice for him. We don't know a lot about Himekawa, honestly. We've seen him around and stuff, and he's been funny, and he's just a reserved guy. But now we know that he seems to be longing for a family, not unlike how I was, having somewhat similar background. I think her mom was in prison or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I don't think we know about her dad. Anyway, but yeah, so that whole reveal was crazy, and Aqua doesn't know what to do now that the guy that he's been chasing after for, how old was he when I died? Were they like 4? And he's 17, so it's been like 13 years of this dude, of chasing after this guy, and he's dead. Like, both of the guys that he wanted to kill are dead. I think his name was Ryosuke or something, the stalker guy who killed him, and then their father, like, there's no revenge to be had. They're both dead. It's like, I'd be thinking, like, bro, what the fuck, what a waste of my life. That's crazy. But on the bright side, maybe this is a chance for him to finally get to, you know, live this new life. I think that's probably one of the more disappointing things, or just not disappointing in terms of, like, I'm disappointed, well, a little bit, but, like, sad for him that he got this chance at a new life and he hasn't gotten to really do anything with it other than only think about his revenge and avenging Ai and all that. So now maybe this is probably what I would have wanted, you know, like, he can probably just pursue acting. He's already in, like, he's doing plays and stuff. He's got his name is out there. He can probably just keep going with it, and that would be great. And we saw his star disappear. That's kind of weird, you know, seeing Aqua without the star. He looks so, like, he looks kind of plain now. I mean, he's still got, like, some of the sparkles and colors in his eyes, and he's distinct, obviously. But, you know, I love the star design. I think it's just really good in terms of a character design choice. But Ruby still has it, which is interesting. I don't think we know that the star is, like, not actually there. It's just for us to see. But I don't think we have a concrete, like, this is what it really means, because it disappearing means that, like, his drive, you know, his drive to kill this guy, you know, his need for revenge is presumably gone. And so I wonder what that really means for Ruby, because she doesn't have bloodlust in her, you know. She's just living life. So I do wonder really what the star means. It's something I'd have to think about, you know. I'm sure plenty of people have already thought about it and talked about it. I don't really have any theories. I haven't thought about it much myself, but I do find it interesting that the star is clearly represents something in them. At least, like, I would have thought it represents just a part of Ai, you know, because she had both stars, and now obviously each of them is a piece of Ai, but I don't think she's gone from Aqua at all. I don't think he's forgotten about her, or she's any less important to him than she was. So, and this whole episode is called Liberation, so he's free from that star. And so I'd really have to think about, you know, what really that star is meant to represent in this story, because I do think there is probably an answer. But yeah, I don't know what it means for Ruby. That's another thing that I'd like to know. And as far as Ruby goes, yeah, we got a lot of Ruby in this episode, and it was great. I know a lot of people have been asking for more Ruby. I, of course, also was. Even while reading the manga the whole time, I was like, bro, I want to see more of Ruby, man, because she's so sad, but also just really fun to watch, and she's just got a cute character design. Like, everything about Ruby is just, like, good. We like Ruby, and I wanted more Ruby, and we got it. It's great, and I got more than I expected, even. We got something that I'd never questioned ever, which is the reason that she wanted to name the group Bikomachi. I think the obvious answer was that she wanted to feel connected to Ai, and she said that it's also just to kind of carry on her legacy, which is great. It's beautiful, and I think that much was obvious. But I didn't know that she actually had gone and tried to search up what was his name? The doctor, Goro, I think his name was. It was Goro. Yeah, I didn't know that she actually did that, and it's a good that they included that, because I think that would have been, if they hadn't at least addressed it, then I think it would have been a little bit of an oversight. I really like that reveal that she's using the name Bikomachi to kind of just get his attention. And we knew that she became an idol. Part of why she became an idol is because she knew that she wanted to get his attention and be an idol like she always wanted to be for him, you know, and shine for him. But I didn't know that she didn't know where he was, and that this whole time that she's trying to find him. That's really cool. I never even thought about that. Really like that. And I also thought it was really sad because they're talking about doing room tours. So if Ruby was to do hers, then yeah, she'd have to take down all of those posters of her mom, at least just to be safe, because it wouldn't be a surprise that anybody's a fan of I at this point, especially someone that's in the same, the fuck do you call that, man? Agency. I couldn't think of that word for some reason. Yeah, especially someone who's in the same agency and all that, and chose, is the same group name. You'd think that she's a fan, right? But I don't think they need people to. It's probably not wise to let people make that side-by-side comparison between the two, just to be safe. So that is sad that she has to take those down if she's going to do a room tour. We didn't actually see them do it, but I assume that they recorded it, or they're planning on it, or something. I thought it was really, it's cute that Kana and Akane were both worried about Aqua after he did just up and leave. He didn't say shit to anybody. They just dipped. So, makes sense that they were worried about him. And yeah, they're both good. Akane and Kana. I have a favorite. I think everybody's got at least one that they prefer. The whole rivalry right now is pretty ridiculous, and so it's ridiculous right now. It's so annoying, man. People are fighting, especially with, I won't say anything, but current events in the manga are stirring things up as well. So it's just bro, I don't know. People gotta relax sometimes, I think. But anyway, that's not really what this is about. It's very sweet, both of them. Speaking of Kana, I thought it was so funny. We go to her room, and she's just she's sitting there just trying to justify why she has, such a rich taste, because she says that, you need expensive things if you're gonna make it big, which is so funny, man. She was successful from a very young age, so she's just really just kind of used to it, I think. She bought a $3,000 PC, or around that, right? She said 300,000 yen. It's something like that. At least 2.5k, and never used it is ridiculous, man. I just recently built this PC, and man, I use it a lot, okay? I make sure to get good use out of this thing that I paid a lot for. But she is wise with money, though. We saw that much in this episode. But yeah, she's just sitting there fighting for her life, while the other two are just like, yeah, okay. Mem, this episode was so funny. Her voice actress went in, too. It was so good. She's so funny. But she, like I said, she carries this group. She does. As soon as she joined, as soon as they got Mem, they started actually being able to do things. Because she brought over her popularity from her own YouTube channel, and then she was immediately the one to start actually getting them to work on dances and songs. And so Mem is really integral to this group, and it really shows that she did work hard to get here. She's the one who's always trying to get at it, because we know Ruby and Kana's backgrounds. Both of them were surrounded by entertainers and lived relatively comfortable lifestyles, pretty comfortable, I'd say, from young ages. Ruby's mom was the top idol, and then Kana was regarded as a genius child actress. So both of them, they're hearing these numbers of 20,000 subscribers and millions of subscribers and views. And there's meh, whatever. But Mem really had to work for it. We saw that her mom was working extra jobs to the point where she got sick, and then Mem also had to work jobs to help her mom out, and then she just worked her way up and built a brand for herself and everything. And it's just it really shows the difference there, and it makes me really grateful that we have Mem. And also, she's just really funny, and I love when they draw her in her little noodle style, or the little doodle Mem. It's so hilarious, and they always call her old. What was it? It was Kana might actually just go and pursue acting full time, and then Mem will just get old, so she can't be an idol anymore, which is sad and true. But it's funny. They don't let her live it down. So yeah, Mem is definitely MVP of the group. At least MVP as far as building your own brand and exposure and all that. She knows how to do all that stuff. And then so yeah, the idea she came up with was that we're going to create a music video, but in order to do that, we need a song. And so Ruby is just so impatient. It's still childish, because she her whole previous life, she only got to be a child, and she really never got the chance to grow up in the first life, and she's been it looks like Miyako kind of spoils her a bit, which is pretty funny. I do love Miyako. Her love for Ruby is really, really wholesome and great to watch, and it also just probably reminds her of the good old days back with Saito starting up this company, and the passion that they had for her back then. Probably brings back good memories for her. And so I love that she does all that she can for Ruby, especially since we don't get a lot of Miyako a lot of the time, and so I do appreciate getting anything from her. And her relationship with Ruby is always so sweet. I like it a lot. And Ruby being so impatient, it's not a surprise. It's not just her being childish. She's like, she wants to live a life. That got cut short for her once, and she's in a rush to live life. She wants to live it to the fullest, do all she can, both to live up to her mom's expectations and feel more connected to her in that way, and reunite with the doctor, and also just generally have a good time living this life. So she's very driven, and there's a lot of reasons for it. It's like she can be a lot, but it's believable, and it's one of the reasons why she is one of my favorite characters in the show. She's really impressively written, I'd say, and also just a fun character. And so yeah, and we got the whole thing with the, I don't remember his name, with the music guy, and I talked about how they keep doing the the sequences of people floating throughout space and stuff. But I guess I do get it, because it's all about like star power and dreams and whatnot a lot of the time. In this case it was, I don't even know. In this case I don't know. It was him looking at Ruby. I don't know if it really fit this time. If it did, explain to me why. But the other times I got it, but like this time I get that he was inspired by seeing a fan of his like enjoy his work and being reminded of what he's doing this for, which is great message. I'm glad that they included it, but it's just like, I feel like it might be getting a little bit repetitive with these. They're just kind of starting to feel very samey. Just a nitpick. By no means does it ruin the episode, or even like the sequence itself is bad. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like they could maybe substitute with something else or do a little bit more with it. I don't know. It's just, when you love something, like I say all the time, when you love something, sometimes you just pick at it a little bit. It was a great episode. But yeah, so we were waiting on the song. He's working on it now, and so once we have it and everything, and we can get set up to start filming this music video. I think that's what they said they were going to be doing in the same town where the hospital was. And then we see the crows. Obviously everyone knows that it symbolizes death, and then there's a girl that was in the OP, and she's just there. What is that? I know what that is, but like, she's there. You don't know what that is. We got to find out about her, looking creepy as hell with these crows. Both Aqua and Ruby died at that hospital, or at least in that town, so it'll be crazy going back. And they both did have that reaction to it, so they know. And I don't know if we're gonna meet this girl or if she's gonna do something, but we're gonna have to see next week when we head to this town. I forgot the name of the town, sorry, but yeah, so it was more chill of an episode, but I mean, it was honestly, might have been one of the better ones, just because of how much I've been wanting Ruby content. So very much appreciated this episode, and yeah, I can't wait for next week. And also it makes sense off of like the craziness that we've had in the past how many episodes, that we'd have one like this, more laid back and just chilling with Bikomachi, talking stuff over. And so yeah, really love this, and I don't think I have much more to say other than I'm very excited for next week. I don't know what's in store, but I know it's gonna be great. This season's been fantastic. I'm not sure. I might have said that I like this season more or less than season 1 in previous videos. As of right now, I don't know. I don't know which one I like more. I want to say I still love season 1 more, just because it had some really, really intense moments in it that are kind of unforgettable. But we've had some of the most deep character work, I think, happening in this season. So, and also stellar animation. So I don't know. It's hard. But it's probably something I can't really say until the season's over, right? Because I'll have the full thing. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. But thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like. Drop a comment. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.